Well, under pressure to block ISIS recruiting on Twitter, the social media giant has just posted new abuse rules. They say this in part, quote, "You may not promote violence against or directly attack or threaten other people."
But critics argue there is no mention of the terror organization and the wording is so vague that it could really apply to anyone. So could the new rules be used to kick conservatives off the platform if they are reported by the left?
Joining us now to weigh in, National Review reporter Catherine Timpf. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, it's great.
So this is something that has lit up the blogosphere, so to say, among conservatives. This is something they're concerned about.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. We always have to look at it if we're looking at protecting from terrorism, particularly online, at First Amendment and civil liberties and all those kinds of things. And this language is so vague that you could really get anybody in trouble that you wanted to, especially because, you know, this year the word skinny was declared violent. Get over it's violent. The word freshman promotes rape culture. You could pigeonhole anything into being falling under this policy.
You mentioned some of the language being vague. I want to read it so viewers know. Quoting, "Twitter will not tolerate behavior intended to harass, intimidate, or use fear to silence another user's voice. As always, we embrace and encourage diverse opinions and beliefs, but we will continue to take action on accounts that cross the line into abuse." ISIS had 46,000 Twitter accounts that they had received criticism for not taking down. They've now since done that. But how could someone else be caught up in this net of vague language?
Well, right. What's intimidation? Anything could be intimidation. Someone would say, oh, this looks like intimidation, and they flag it, and then it ends up getting taken down, and in the meantime, you don't have an account. So really, that's the whole point, is what could it be? It doesn't mention ISIS at all. It seems almost like make Twitter a nice, happy place land, which it's not. I definitely get specifically threatened on Twitter every day, and I'm fine somehow.
Well, exactly. I think everyone in TV does. I do, too. It never occurred to me to try and silence those people.
People say horrible things
But people have been silenced on Twitter, and it seems to me that a lot of them are conservatives. I don't know, can you put some of this on the screen? These are some of the people whose accounts have been suspended. Chris Loesch, he's a music producer, husband of Dana Loesch, free market person, and a well-known conservative. Empower Texas, a grassroots conservative organization. Stephen Goddard, he's a blogger who's been critical of man-made global warming, et cetera, et cetera. Do you see a trend here?
Right, of course, yeah. We know the government would never target conservative groups, like the IRS, for example, would never do anything like that. No, of course it can be used that way. Of course it is being used that way. And it's just, we're not focusing on the real problem. I really don't think ISIS, they have WhatsApp, they have all these different ways to communicate anyways. I don't think it's going to make a difference with this necessarily, and I think it's going to hurt free speech.
Do you think Twitter executives are applying tougher standards to conservatives than they do to liberals?
I think so. I think that's clearly, I don't hear any liberals complaining about getting banned from Twitter for something they've said, and I hear every day of this happening to a conservative.
Are you concerned this will just change what Twitter has been, which has been sort of a Wild West? It's been nice. You can get a lot of great different opinions, things you agree with or don't agree with, and this could change that?
Yeah, I was mad when they changed the favorites to the likes. What are you doing there? Like, Twitter's not supposed to be about feelings. If you can't handle feelings, you can't handle your emotions, you shouldn't be on Twitter.
Well, Twitter's suffering anyway in the face of Facebook, and so they're doing anything they can right now to claw themselves back out of this mess. All right, Catherine, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys.
You made me feel unsafe, but we're glad you came anyway.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
And don't harass her.
Yeah, be nice.
Be nice.